Daniels. The time now is 4:30 on this Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast. I want to quickly show you some precipitation statistics once again this morning because we're likely going to be adding to this total. So far, we've only picked up about a trace of rain since the beginning of the month. And yeah, we are just about 6 days into the month of May. By the end of the month, we should see a little bit less than 4 inches, which is about what we've picked up over the past couple of months since the start of meteorological spring. And throughout the day and also into your Thursday, we could actually tack on about 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch as we have beneficial rainfall on the horizon. Likely going to be sliding through the area this morning, all being driven by this cold front that you see right here. The center of it is focused right around Ohio, but you can see it's producing a lot of rain up and down the eastern seaboard, even extending all the way out towards our friends farther to the southwest of us. As we take a look at your right around noon today, right around lunchtime, we do have this beneficial rain, widespread stratiform in nature as we get into the afternoon. But then into the late afternoon, early evening, this is when things could get a little bit interesting. I am tracking the potential for some isolated showers and storms as that cold front makes its way across the area. The severe weather risk looking to be rather low, but it's not zero. We could encounter a gusty storm or two, so just be on guard throughout the second half of the day. As we take a look at your day planner, temps are going to be rising back very slowly throughout the morning, only hitting the upper 60s right around noon today. Most of us are going to be hitting the mid 70s this afternoon. Just a fun fact, we actually hit our high temperature of 85 degrees yesterday. It's been actually quite some time since we've seen the 80s out there. Wind gusts right now are pretty elevated. You'll notice that wind as you step out the door. Right now they're ranging anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour across the board. So winds are already starting to pick up ahead of that cold front. Winds are going to be a little bit breezy throughout the day today, even into the afternoon and early evening, gusting anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. But you can see that the direction of the winds, they're going to be coming in out of the southwest, helping to boost our temps back into the 70s as we get into the afternoon. But then we drop into the 60s later this week. As we take a look at your Thursday, I am tracking a few showers as that cold front makes its way offshore. Drier skies on your Friday with Stevie Daniels. The time now is 4:48 on this Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at your super 7-day forecast. Today we'll be back in the mid 70s, a little bit higher than where temperatures should climb for this time of year, despite the fact that we have more clouds. We also have plenty of rain that's going to be skirting through the region this morning, so the kids will want the rain jacket as they head out to school. As the bus drops them off, there's still going to be some isolated showers that clip the area, even a few isolated thunderstorms, but the chance for severe storms is going to be very low today. It really just depends on how long those clouds and also that rain holds on this morning, but I'm thinking the severe weather potential is going to be extremely low. For your Thursday, we're going to be back right around 64 degrees as we get into the afternoon with a few lingering rain showers, so you might see some rain droplets on your windshield as you're heading out to work or also as you're heading home from work later in the day. Friday, trending a little bit drier, increasing that sunshine. We'll be back up to 68 degrees. Winds will be a little bit breezy, gusting up to about 25 miles per hour. So briefly drying things out as we wrap up the work week. Head Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:01. Let's take a look at satellite and radar this morning because satellite is showing that those clouds are gradually increasing, especially around the western half of the state. And all this rain that you see right here highlighted in green, it's all being driven by this cold front that is going to pass by overhead today. So it is going to bring us beneficial rain throughout the morning hours. It's already starting to increase our wind speeds. So right now winds are currently gusting up to about 25 to even 26 miles per hour in a few areas. So we are feeling that breezier wind flow across our northwestern suburbs. You'll notice that breeze out there this morning. It's also feeling mild because of the direction it's coming from the southwest. So that's why we're starting off in the 60s, even some areas near that 70-degree mark. Later today, we are still going to be keeping those winds pretty elevated up to about 30 miles per hour. I would have the kids grab the rain gear this morning because they'll likely need it as we head. Hey everyone, I'm meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:11 on this Wednesday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast. I want to quickly point out we've only received a trace of rain since the start of this month. Typically, we're supposed to see a little bit under 4 inches throughout the entire month of May, and that's pretty much what we picked up since the start of meteorological spring. So showing you that once again because we are going going to add to those totals today, hopefully helping to alleviate drought concerns. And we're still experiencing severe drought conditions all across the state of Maryland. Right now, radar is picking up on some light rain showers that are skirting into Garrett County this morning, building in from west to east. This is all ahead of that cold front that is going to pass by over the area today, bringing us beneficial rain throughout the morning and possibly even a few isolated thunderstorms this afternoon. But I mentioned that we could add to our total rainfall so far this month. Again, we've only picked up about a trace, so we desperately need the rain. We could see about 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inches across the area once this front is out of our region tomorrow. So here's a look at that widespread rain that's going to stick around throughout about noon, but then into the middle part of the afternoon throughout the early evening. This is when we could encounter a few isolated thunderstorms that could bubble up. So you might be dodging some of this on your way home from work. The kids might even see some of those raindrops across our northwestern areas as they head home from school. So you will want that rain gear on and have those windshield wipers going. Some of those showers spill over into the first half of your Thursday, and even a few isolated raindrops could be seen right around dinner time as we get into your Thursday evening. But it looks like we dry things out by the end of this week. I want to point out that our temps are starting off in the 50s and 60s this morning, so we are starting off above where we should be for this time of year in early May. It's truly feeling very spring-like out there, and we have that noticeable breeze out of the southwest. Here's a glance at your planner for today. Temperatures are actually going to be rising back into the 70s despite the rain, cooled air, and despite all that cloud cover as well. But just keep in mind that later on today, we could see a few isolated thunderstorms bubbling up. And we have these southwest winds to thank for our milder temperatures. After today, they start to crash down into the 60s throughout the rest of this week. We do have wind gusts that will range at about 25 to 30 this afternoon. But then here's a look at those 60-degree temperatures over the next couple of days. Your 7-day forecast shows we dry things out late this week, but down towards Kentucky, even dealing with a few isolated lightning strikes right now across northern portions of Tennessee. Here's a glance at radar a little bit closer home across the state. Some of that light rain is trickling through Garrett this morning, entering Cumberland. And then the latest radar scan does show that some of those isolated showers are trying to move right now into Montgomery County. The bulk of central Maryland is dry for right now, but over the next couple of hours, I do expect that to change. As we head closer to 8 to 9 o'clock, that's when this rain will really start to arrive. So if you're heading out and about during that time frame, if the kids are heading out to school during that hour, we definitely need to make sure they have the rain gear ready to go. These showers are going to stick around throughout about noon, the widespread rain coverage, but then into the later parts of the afternoon, it gets more spotty. A few isolated storms are possible as well, with highs well into the low to mid 70s. Back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Stevie.
Just Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:46 on this Wear Orange Wednesday. Let's take a look at your full forecast. We are starting off with more clouds rolling back in and through the area. And then look at all this rain that's popping up on your screen right here. Most of this activity is focused just to the west of the state, all being driven by this cold front. And this is already sparking those light, widespread rain showers across Garrett County, even out towards Frostburg, Martinsburg, and Virginia, waking up to some of this rain. And it's also edging into Frederick County this morning, located just to the north of Green Valley. But Hampstead and for areas further east, looking at a relatively dry start, but not for much longer. This rain is going to become more widespread by mid-morning, and then heading into the late morning, early afternoon hours, it's still expected to stick around. So this cold front is going to pass by overhead today, not only bringing us much needed beneficial rain throughout the first half of your Wednesday, but it is going to slide through the core of the system during the afternoon, generating a few isolated showers and thunderstorms. So we could hear a few rumbles of thunder as this system works its way in from west to east this afternoon as the kids are heading home from school. Don't be surprised if winds get a little bit gusty. We could also be dealing with some sunny breaks, which could help destabilize the atmosphere. But the good news is the severe weather potential is looking to be rather low. And then into the overnight, a few isolated showers could linger as the system departs off to the east. A little bit of clearing in the cloud deck across our northern areas getting into your Thursday afternoon. And then the futurecast does show that a few spotty showers could pop back up later in the day on Thursday. But overall, I'm very happy about about this rain because we certainly need it. We're still suffering from moderate to severe drought concerns, and the severe drought is continuing to expand all across central Maryland, even out west. About 70% of the state is currently suffering from severe drought concerns. So we'll take any amount of rain that we can get, about 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. That's what we can expect throughout the day today and also into your Thursday. Here's a glance at your wake up temps. We're starting off in the 50s and also into the mid 60s this morning. So a very mild start with a noticeable breeze out of the southwest. Current wind gusts right now are at about 25 miles per hour, but they could get up to about 30 miles per hour today. We do have temperatures still expected to rise back into the low to mid 70s. So Honey is still looking forward. Coverage of the rain is going to pick up as the morning progresses. And our winds are starting to pick up as well, especially around the western half of our viewing area. So Carroll and Frederick County, even Montgomery County, experiencing these wind gusts this morning out of the southwest at about 20 to upwards of 25 miles per hour. But today is International No Diet Day. You can tell I've been celebrating this for the past several months and will continue to do so throughout the rest of the year. We have temps that are still going to be rising back into the 70s. A great day to stay indoors and chow down on a delicious meal. No diet today. We do have rain showers that are going to become area-wide this morning. Even a few isolated thunderstorms are expected as we head into the afternoon and early evening once that cold front charges through the region. But I'll time out everything you'll need to know coming up in my full forecast. Christy, you're staying well protected, wearing those long pants and even the long sleeve shirt if you plan on hiking. Today, not the best day to do some hiking. Yes, we are going to be dealing with rain moving in. Temps are going to be rising into the 70s, but we could be talking about some thunderstorms this afternoon. As we take a glance at the latest drought monitor map, this will update tomorrow, so we'll have to wait and see if we've helped out ourselves in this drought department. I mean, we are currently seeing severe drought concerns expand all across central Maryland, including out west. Nearly 70% of the state is suffering from severe drought concerns, so it's not just us around the Baltimore area. Good news is that rain chances will pick up today, especially towards the middle part of this morning by 8 to 9 o'clock, and then that's going to linger throughout the early afternoon. By mid-afternoon, a few breaks in some of the rain, so it's not going to be an all-day washout, but this morning is certainly going to be quite soggy. And you can see the shield of this rain, this coverage of rain is really widespread down towards Kentucky through Tennessee. Look at Nashville waking up to quite the lightning show this morning, but back off towards the northeast, not seeing too many lightning strikes being detected by radar, but that shield of rain is skirting through western New York and even across portions of Canada. Here's the latest look at radar right now, picking up on this light rain that's stretching into Frederick County, northwestern Carroll. So Taneytown, you guys are probably seeing some of this light rain slide through, and it's now entering Howard County. So grab the umbrella, the rain jacket, anything to help you out this morning. Those windshield wipers will be needing to go on as well. As we take a look later this morning, the shield of rain becomes more widespread, dealing with pockets of moderate rain at times. So that's when the coverage of rain will be at its most widespread. And then the cold front travels through the area this afternoon. This is going to generate a few isolated thunderstorms later today. The good news is that the severe weather chance for today is looking to be rather low, but we could be feeling some winds picking up and gusting at times up to about 30 to 35 miles per hour outside any thunderstorm. That's because the main driver, the main driving mechanism of all this rain and storm activity is going to be pushing through during that time. And then a few spotty showers could linger into your Thursday, especially towards the evening, mostly focused to the south of Baltimore. But rainfall amounts up to about 3/4 of an inch. That's what we can expect, and we're standing in the 50s and 60s out there this morning. We will be hovering back in the low to mid 70s. Temps will be slow to rise today, unlike yesterday.
Today morning, May 6th, it's National Nurses Day. Well, the start of Nurses Week, so shout out to all our nurses watching this morning. I'm Megan Banks.
Absolutely. I'm Randall Newsom. Thank you so much for watching us and streaming us. It's also Wear Orange Wednesday, as you can see. The O's need to make it 2 in a row tonight. Good thing they're not playing here.
Yes.
Well, that's, Would they have a game?
There would be a rain delay for sure, at least. at least, and possibly even postponed. But we have some beneficial rain arriving this morning. That's when the rain is going to be soggy one. So have the umbrella ready to go. You'll be needing to open it as you head out the door. The kids want all the rain gear as well before they hop on the bus. We do have temps that are going to be rising into the mid 70s as we get into the afternoon, but dealing with a few isolated thunderstorms later today as the kids head home from school and as you're heading home from work as that cold front slides across the area. So that could disrupt the atmosphere, make it a little bit more turbulent, but the severe weather potential for today is looking to be very low. 64 degrees for tomorrow. Looking at your commute cast, it's not looking terrible, but a few spotty showers could result as that core of that cold front makes its way farther offshore. But Friday is when we really increase the sunshine, a better day to get out towards the garden. 68 degrees during the afternoon, and we do have winds that are going to be out of the west, gusting to about 25 miles per hour. So that is going to help boost our numbers close to average. We're supposed to be right around 72 degrees, so hitting that right on target for your Saturday with some more scattered showers to go around. So over the next several days, we'll feature on and off rain. Stevie Daniels, the time now is 6:47 on this Wear Orange Wednesday. Let's take a peek at radar because right now we're dealing with a stratiform band of rain that's sliding into the western half of the state out towards the mountains, up by Kaiser, and even closer to Front Royal, waking up to some of that rain pushing through the area this morning. And it looks a little bit more spotty in nature as it's traveling through now Baltimore County, places like Owings Mills, and also closer to Windsor Mill, waking up to some of this late rain, Tawnytown as well, and even across Westminster. So here's a look at that cold front. This is responsible for the beneficial rain that we're going to be seeing this morning. I do expect it to invade the Baltimore area within the next hour or two, and a lot of this rain is still going to continue to file in through the region throughout about the middle part of the day before we start to see more breaks in the rain activity this afternoon. So the morning, that's when we'll be dealing with the steadiest and most widespread rain, possibly even some embedded rumbles of thunder, but that chance is certainly low. And then rain chances again will really pick up over the next couple of hours. This is all ahead of the cold front, but once the cold front slides in this afternoon, right around 3 to 4 o'clock, we could actually see some more rising air take place, more lift and instability. If we do see some sunny breaks, this could ignite some thunderstorms. The severe chance is looking to be very low because of all the clouds that we have in place this morning and also the rain cooled air. So that's going to hopefully help stabilize us in the weather department, but we can't rule out that chance of an isolated storm or two. And then overnight, a few showers linger, especially around our southern communities. And it looks like the cloud deck is going to gradually start to shift, a little bit more of a break in the cloud deck right around our northern communities, even out towards the western half of the state as we begin your Thursday. But then there will be more clouds popping up as that front continues to move offshore, so some residual moisture is not out of the question as we get into the second half of your Thursday. But Thursday is going to be trending a little bit drier. And I've been saying this all morning long, we desperately need the rain. I've been saying that pretty much all week and even last week as we are suffering from severe drought concerns, up to about 3/4 of an inch of rain. Most locations will receive less than an inch, but hey, we'll take anything that we can get. We shouldn't be stopped from rising back into the 70s, even though we have a lot of clouds to work with. We have that southwest breeze that you're going to notice throughout the day, gusting anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. So with that breeze, that's going to help us climb back a little bit above normal before our temperatures start to drop back into the 60s later this week. So a few lingering showers are possible on Thursday, but then skies are going to be bright and beautiful on Friday. So take advantage of it because Saturday, more clouds roll in, and then we have another chance for some scattered showers. So the theme over the next several days is actually on and off rain chances as we begin